Hi everybody, this is Josh Bycer from GameWisdom.com. Welcome to a quick video on Renowned Explorers International Society. Back during the initial release of the game, I made a few little how-to videos on how to play. One was looking at all the captains, and one was looking at the research screen, because it's one of the more complicated elements of the game. Unfortunately, or fortunately I guess for Abbey Games, they completely redid the progression model and all the bonuses and perks related to research, which completely ruined my video. So I figure we're going to do another one today and just show off what's changed between release and where we're at now with the More to Explore expansion. Well, you can just disregard our characters and all this stuff here. We're going to focus mainly on the research screen. I already have stuff unlocked from before, but we'll go through everything nonetheless. As with the original version, you're going to spend research with the cost getting successively more expensive. Each time you unlock one of the 6 tracks, you'll get a bonus. Complete all the options in the track will get you another bonus. A second. As with the original version, observations and history are always unlocked from the start, while anthropology, psychology, engineering, and nature sciences are unlocked after your second expedition. Observations is if you want to get research faster. The first thing it does, lets you get a free naturalist, engineer, or archaeologist perk of your choice. This means you can take someone who's already a level 1 or level 2 and bump them up to level 3. Or simply just add those perks to a party. Complete the project and you can choose to get 50% more renown from gold, status, or research. As you can see, it'll say like 8%, 8%, 12%. This must be from a bonus with this party already. But with getting this fully ranked, I can add another 50% and basically get 4% more. This is important if you want to go for the highest score. Wait, let's look at the bonuses inside. Naturalist, engineer, archaeologist gain +1 study when they succeed on the adventure wheel. Pretty straightforward. A student joins your entourage and you get 2 insight. The student is the entourage member who enhances the study tokens. +1 study whenever you enter a challenge node of your choice. This means you can set a bonus for a specific challenge. That could be a wit challenge, and a tactics, an athletic, etc., and you'll get +1 study. So if your party is already built towards a specific challenge type, you can use this to really clean house. You gain +2 supply, enough said. And then gain +2 study when spending insight in Berlin. So this will enhance the amount that you get here. So if you were going for the early the early study, you would want to get this. Next, history. If you will make the most of your actions in cities, just unlocking will reduce the cost of upgrading the entourage halls by 40%. This means you'll be able to get through the upgrades a lot quicker, meaning you'll be able to find more specialists. And then fully unlocking everything will gain +15 renown whenever you acquire a helper entourage. I believe the helper entourage or any of these people. Anyway, let's go through it. First one, the lobbyist joins your entourage and you get +5 campaign. The lobbyist is the one who enhances the status you get from campaign tokens. Antiquity insight, +1 insight, and gain 1 insight every time you finish an expedition. If you're going to make use of insight to enhance and get more resources, you probably want to get this one earlier than later. Lecture expert, gain 1 extra token that whenever you spend insight. Very straightforward. Perfect for, again, getting those extra resources at the start. Okay, writing history. +1 campaign whenever you enter an encounter for the first time, +3 campaign whenever you enter an epic encounter. If your party is built around fighting and going on the offense, usually by being devious or aggressive, you definitely want to get this one. And then lastly, exploration records. You gain +1 supply, and you gain +1 supply capacity for each expedition you complete. So again, something you want to get earlier than later, but can really start to pay off in the long run. Anthropology. This is one of my favorites, and it's one that's become very helpful with mid to late game synergy. You'll see why. First, starting the project will get you +4 to 6 research, forum, and encounter tokens. This means that by fighting, you'll also get research on top of golden status, as you can see right there. And it's pretty much even to what you get with a study token, so it's basically a win-win. When you fully rank it, you'll gain +25 renown whenever you solve an encounter with a chosen attitude. So if you choose friendly, every time you beat a encounter friendly, you'll gain +25 renown. Obviously, you can see the power in this and how it can really lead to some epic scores. First one, tools for the adventure wheel, improves your chance. Now this one's interesting. This gives you encounter tokens for spending insight either on study or a campaign with an archaeologist or diplomat. If you play your cards right, you can really clean up with resources this way. But you'll need an archaeologist or a diplomat to make use of it. Gain +1 encounter when solving an encounter with a chosen attitude. And then that gets enhanced further with gain another. These two again let you define how you want to solve encounters and get rewarded for them. And considering the amount of resources you get from an encounter token, this is a great way to synergize with everything else and earn a lot of status and gold in the process. And then trade or plunder. You lose 1 supply capacity, but you'll gain a supply for solving an encounter with a chosen attitude. This means if it costs you 1 supply to move to an encounter, and you complete it the right way for your party, you'll basically gain that 1 supply back. Very useful for longer expeditions and for really maximizing your time there. And then down here for psychology, engineering, nature sciences, these are again for enhancing either social, gold, or research. So first, status. +2 campaign whenever you enter a wits challenge. Wits is usually a quick thinker, beguiler, or diplomat, I believe. And then the max out +50% renown from status, so it's this one. First, emotion studies. This is a one that's carried over from the original research tree. You choose an emotion that will have a stronger effect. So when you do this, you'll choose which emotion, so you can make an enemy anger, angry, joy, confident, etc. And this will give it an additional impact besides its original. Art of bartering. This will unlock barter helpers who you can buy at the Entourage Hall, who will just simply give you more supply up here. They cost, I think, like 130 or 150, but can be really useful to get a quick supply boost. Power secrets, +20, 25 status, and gold from the secret token. Simply gives you more for this. If you are already got treasures that get you more secrets, this can be a really good way to enhance that. +1 secret, let me move back here. Whenever a level 4 beguiler, quick thinker, or tactician succeeds on one of those respective roles. Again, very specific, but if you're going for it, this can give you a huge amount of boosts. And then lastly, unlock 3 new jobs in Asia. This is simply unlocking the job down here. Normally, the other way to get it would be to ask for it when you complete an expedition, but this simply unlocks it for you. Engineering, if you want to become more renowned through gold. Starting it gets you a free tool, and then completing it gets you +50% renown from gold. plus 1 to 3 research from collect. So it's very similar to this in giving research to a token that will inhabit. So if you're going with people such as the scouts who get increased gold and you're getting a lot more collect tokens, this gives you research on top of collect. Combine it with this one and you can really get a lot of bonus research. Again, sooner than later to get the most out of it. Plus 2 collect whenever level 3 row succeeds, or a level 3 engineer succeeds. Again, used for synergizing with those specific passives. Hidden compartments, plus 1 treasure hunt every time you find a treasure. Really, really useful one, especially if you're already going down the engineering line. Get this earlier, and you can really get a lot of extra resources for getting a lot of the easier treasures and for completing expeditions and getting those. Hyperspeed airship unlocks the equipment shop in New Orleans and Sydney. This is a very useful one if you don't get those normally. The equipment shop in New Orleans gives you the special emotion books. These books will give you enhanced attack for using skills of those respective emotions. So the encourage, try to encourage, that stuff. This will enhance those bonuses. And it's become very useful to synergize with characters with powerful skills such as Padrino's Party Time. The equipment shop in Sydney is used for aggressive parties. This gives you bonuses for the default attack when you attack an enemy who's affected by a specific emotion. So for instance, if you attack someone who's angry who already has a negative armor debuff, this can be very powerful, and I use this to turn like a glass cannon like Earl into a super sniper. And then lastly, you gain plus 3 supply capacity. Finally, nature scientist, if you want to enhance your research. First, plus 2 study whenever you enter a nature challenge. Those are, I believe, survivalists, engineering, and maybe athlete, I think. And then completing all research in this project will unlock plus 50% renown from research. First, plus 6 to 10 research and 20 to 25 gold from a discovery token. So that's this right here. Similar to, where were you? This one. But you need to synergize with it to get the most out of it. Plus 2 study when spending insight to perform a campaign with a level 3 survivalist, or plus 2 for collect with an athlete, or plus 2 from study with a naturalist. This is again one of those ones that you really need to have your party plan to go this route, but can really pay off if you do. Plus 1 discovery whenever you find a treasure, similar to this one. You may not be able to get both of these in a single play just due to how the cost of research goes up, but this can be a great way to maximize research, especially considering the difference between study and discovery. Plus 1 studies capacity for each mastered research field. So that means complete the whole thing and you'll get an additional study, or additional supply, I'm sorry. Probably one of the harder ones to really maximize. The only way this is going to pay off for you is if you fully commit to research above all else. And lastly, gain a treasure, the origin of species 2. So this gets you a free treasure, which would actually work well with this and this. I haven't actually gone all the way down that line yet, so I don't know what that specific treasure unlocks, but it's the only treasure you'll get for completing a research tree. So there you go. That's all 6 tracks for how to play Renowned Explorers International Society now. As you can see, they've definitely changed things around since the last time. It's become a lot more beneficial to look at each of these trees instead of just going down one, Previously, you were always going to go down observations to get the supply bonuses, which it was the only one that would start off that way. Now that each track has something to do with supplies, it means you're not punished for going through observations first. Also, I'm finding it a lot more beneficial to actually hold off getting a research or going down one of these trees to start with, and really pumping it towards one of the trees after Expedition 2. I've been finding anthropology to be really great, but as you can see, with engineering and nature sciences, and getting these bonuses early can really pay off for you, and again can infer on a good mid to late game. But again, there's a lot of different ways to play, and that's one of the things I love about the game. So hopefully this has helped you and helped to sort of explain what's been going on with the research and some potential strategies for you to play. So with that said, we're going to wrap it up here. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to share with your friends, and of course like and subscribe to the channel. Check out game-wisdom.com, where I examine the art and science of games. Subscribe on Twitch and Twitter under GW Bycer to get the latest updates when content goes live, as well as random thoughts from me throughout the day on Twitter. And you can find me on Patreon under Game Wisdom. Donations would be greatly appreciated to allow me to keep putting out great content and bring back and enhance the site and channel with more great features. If you have any questions regarding Renowned Explorers, be sure to leave them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to try and answer them. But that's going to do it. Thanks again for watching, and see you all again real soon.